Okay, we are going to talk about the hot information about the upcoming version 3.3. As rumors have been circulating among players, there will be many interesting things that will be present in version 3.3. Apart from the latest characters that I discussed in the previous video, in this video I will discuss the new features in the upcoming version, such as new maps, new events, and other interesting things that you will definitely want to check out. Well, I'm sure you are curious about the new things in the upcoming version, right? Well, instead of being curious, I'm Hoyostation and we will just go straight into the video. Let's do this. Before we continue the video, I want to tell you some super important information that you should know, guys. It's about Top Up Live. Top Up Live is a trusted top-up service offering a variety of your favorite top games such as Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, and Zenless Zone Zero. As a global platform, Top Up Live offers a variety of popular local and international live streaming and game top-ups, game cards, gift cards, and game CD keys with digital catalog has over 3,000 game channels, supported by 70 international partners and more than 126 gaming communities worldwide. Of course, Top Up Live also offers the best prices up to 25% off, which means you can get much cheaper prices than you can get today. Still not enough, you can enter the promo code at the time of purchase and get an additional sweet 8% discount. Still not sure about Top Up Live? Do not worry. Top Up Live is a leading global brand with over 10 years of experience specializing in providing online game stores and distribution platforms for live streamers, gamers, game developers, and publishers. Of course, it's 100% legit. So what are you waiting for? Start using Top Up Live right now. Before we talk more about 3.3 information, I want to give you a disclaimer first, that the information that I'm giving in this video is information that is not 100% fixed. So in the future, there may be some changes to the information that I'm giving, okay? As we all know, from the 3.3 drip marketing, we will have two new characters that have been waiting for, namely Hyacinth and Cypher, whose full kits have been discussed in previous video. In addition, there's also a rumored rerun banner that will appear along with Hyacinth and Cypher. In the first phase of 3.3, the rumors will include Hyacinth as a new character, along with Zerta as a rerun character. So, what about the banners in the second phase? The second phase will include Cypher as a new character, then Glaya as a rerun character. But keep in mind, guys, the order of the characters that will appear in the future versions could still change, because this is not official from Hoyoverse. But if this is true, who do you want to see in the next version? Write in the comments down below. In addition to the latest characters, we will also have QOL, story, and also updates on Divergent universe that will also be present in the upcoming version. According to rumors, we will get a story related to Hyacinth and also Cypher as a new characters in version 3.3. Hyacinth is rumored to get the main theme song later in the story, and she will also be present in the battle in the story with the final enemy that I will talk about later. Frankly speaking, she reminds me a bit of a character named Barbara in Genshin Impact, which also has similarities in terms of appearance and the character's role, namely as a healer. In addition to the main story, we will also have a short story about the characters written in As I've Written, which you can access through the book icon when you press the menu button. There will be final acts for several characters such as Ribi, Glaya, Maidi, Castris, and Anexa, which will automatically provide additional Stellar Jade because if we complete the arcs in this book, we will get a lot of Stellar Jades. One more thing, because we now have an ever-increasing variety of relics, we will also have some new KOL updates such as increasing the maximum relic you can store, from 2,000 relics to 3,000 relics. The addition of this KOL feature is certainly very useful and it's a nice feature, so that we can store more relics without worrying about our relics being full. Very interesting, right? In addition to increasing the maximum relic, we also have an update regarding top-ups, where we can directly buy Star Rail special passes without having to buy one relic shard first. This will save spenders a lot of time, but for those of you who are free to play, this change will not have much impact. There will also be additional equations and curios in the Divergent universe later on. For the change of the equation itself, there will be several equations, most of which are related to the newest characters like Anexa and Castris. like the effect of HP reduction for example. Of course, characters like Caceres, Mighty and Blade will get more benefits in this mode. In addition to the addition of equations, we will also get the addition of new interesting curios for us to use later on. Some of these curios are related to basic attack, skills, counter mechanics, ultimate and even curios that can increase character abilities with the destruction path. These items will certainly be very useful for those of you who have not completed Divergent Universe to the final level, or who have successfully completed all levels of Divergent Universe, because Divergent Universe will get an expansion in the upcoming version 3.3. Okay, now let's talk about the new enemies that will be released in version 3.3. According to rumors, there will be a new weekly boss with a very big monster form. Rumor has it that this boss named Aquila will have 3 faces, just like the weekly boss in general. Aquila itself is a sky titan that has a very big dragon-like shape and can perform deadly attacks. In fact, so far, the boss that comes from Amphireus itself has animation and also deadly damage. We call it like Nicodor, Pollux and also Aquila. Until this video is released, the boss named Aquila has weaknesses in the form of physical, ice and also quantum. So if you have characters like Derta, Caceres or Cypher, will have an advantage when fighting this boss in the next version. Okay, now moving on to other things about events and in-game content that will be present in the upcoming 3.3. For the first event that will be present called Legend of the Galactic Baseballer, Demon King, which requires us to fight and obtain a weapon called the Ultimate Bat. This event has interesting prizes that we can take, such as 4-star selectors and also stellar jades. For the selector, you can choose one of the 4 existing characters, namely Gallagher, Misha, Hanya and Sueyi. As for the second event called Trace and Drift, which is racing themed event, this is likely to be a mini-game event for version 3.3. In this event, we will take part in a kind of race consisting of qualifiers, semifinals and grand finale, where in each of these rounds we will have to fight many enemies to get a higher ranking. So what about the endgame content in the upcoming version 3.3? In the latest version, the first phase of Memory of Chaos that we will face is Swarm, True Sting and Moonlit Pegasus, while in the second phase we will face Borison, Warhead Hule, who we met in Apocalyptic Shadow 3.2. Memory of Chaos in this version will make characters with DPS roles that often trigger the ultimate will get a buff called Memory of Turbulence that can increase damage by 40%. In addition, almost all enemies in this mode have quantum weakness, making Caceres ideal for use in this mode. For Pure Fiction itself, we will finally return to face Urgenty in the first phase, and we will return to face Swarm True Sting in the second phase. For Pure Fiction, this version will be dominated by enemies that have physical, ice and quantum weaknesses. So just like before, characters like Derta, Tribi, Caceres will be able to complete Pure Fiction quite easily this time. The final information for Apocalyptic Shadow version 3.3 will include Cocolia and Gepard, who we haven't seen after all this time. And for the second phase, we will meet Kafka again. For the first phase, Cocolia and Gepard have little in common, namely they both have lightning and quantum weakness. So you can use Caceres or Acorn in this phase. On the other hand, in the second phase, only 4 types are recommended, namely physical, fire, wind, and imaginary. So characters like Firefly, Bootheel, and also Mighty can easily complete this content. It would be incomplete if I didn't talk about the newest relic set that will be available in the upcoming 3.3. For the first relic is the relic set called Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. For the 2-piece set, it will increase the user's speed by 6%, and in the effect of the 4-piece set, it has an effect when the user and their Memo Sprites provide healing to teammates other than themselves. The user will get a Gentle Rain stack that can be triggered once per turn and lasts 2 turns. When the user has Gentle Rain, it increases the user's speed by 6% and increases the critical damage of all teammates by 15%. This effect cannot be stacked. Obviously, this relic has a good effect on characters who clearly have Memo Sprite and can provide healing to all teammates, which is certainly the main relic for Hyacinth. What do you think? Then, for the next relic set, called Wave Strider Captain, For the 2-piece set, it will increase the user's critical damage by 16%, and for the 4-piece set, it will have an effect when the user becomes the target of another teammate's ability. The user will get 1 stack of health, which can be stacked up to 2 times. If there are 2 stacks of health, when the user uses the ultimate, the user will consume the entire stack of health to increase the user's attack by 48% for 1 turn. While not many characters can take advantage of this relic right now, rumor has it that this relic will be the best relic for Finan later on. Rumor has it that Finan will be a character with huge burst damage. Finally, we come to the last part of this video, guys, which is the calculation of Stellar Jades that we can get in version 3.3. From calculations based on events, maps, stories, and other things that will be present, the total amount of Stellar Jades that we can get in version 3.3 is about 10,930 Stellar Jades, 20 Star Rail Special Passes, and 21 Star Rail Passes. This is a free-to-play calculation and does not include any upgrades. Those who upgrade the Express Supply Pass will receive an additional 3,780 Stellar Jades for a total up to 14,000 Stellar Jades. In detail, you can see the calculation of the Stellar Jades you can get on your screen. In fact, the amount we get is quite a decrease from previous versions, which is only reasonable since there's not as much additional content in version 3.3 as there was in version 3.2. Okay guys, maybe that's all for this video. What do you think? If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out my other videos because they are just as cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.